friends. I have this really pretty book to share with you. It's called Water. That's the title of the book. And it's written by Frank Ash. And I thought that the pictures were so cool in here because almost all of the pages look like this. Like the water is, and flowers and things in the book is like a rainbow. It's really beautiful. And this book is kind of about all the different ways that water takes its form on Earth. There's like water everywhere. There's water inside our bodies. There's water all over our Earth. So it's kind of about how water is a part of everything. And it's kind of cool. It's a cool book. I like it. So I hope you like it too. Let's see what's inside. The pictures are so pretty. So colorful. Water is rain. The rain that falls down from the sky, that's water. Water is dew. If you ever walk outside in the morning time and the grass is kind of wet and cold, that's dew that's on the grass. Water is ice and snow. Snow is just frozen water, just really, really cold water. Ice is even colder water. Like if you have a drink of water and you want ice in it, or during the winter time when our sidewalks and our windows are icy, it's just really cold water. Oh, look at these pretty clouds. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Do you hear Shiloh whining out there? My puppy's whining. Water is high in the sky. Remember we talked about how when it rains, it's because the clouds are what's catching the rain. And when they get heavy, heavy, and the clouds can't hold the rain anymore, all that water, that's when it falls. And it creates the rain that we see. So all of these clouds hold water inside of them. I like this one. I think this page is really, really pretty. Water is deep in the earth. And if you see, the earth actually does kind of look like this. There's a lot of different layers or parts to the earth. It's not just what we see. What we see is right up here at the top. This is the part of the earth that we see. The earth goes down, 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 way deep down. It's very thick. It's got a lot of parts in it. And so we see this part that has the tree. We don't see all of this underneath where the tree has its roots. The roots are how it gets water and nutrients so that it can be healthy and live. And they can go way, 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 way deep down into the earth. And all of these different parts. Sometimes there's even water under the earth. The earth can trap water, almost like little pools under the earth. And that's how trees and like really, really big plants, really tall trees with big, huge, long roots can get water. There's lots of rocks and things underneath the earth. It's kind of cool. As you get older, you'll learn more about it. All the different types of rocks. It's called like geology. You'll learn about like sedimentary rocks. I used to take geology. I don't really remember a lot of it, but it's pretty interesting. Mr. V loves geology, so he knows way more than I do. Water is a tiny brook. A brook is kind of like a stream or like a very, very small river. It can grow bigger and bigger. Water is a waterfall and mist. Have you guys ever seen a waterfall before? Have you guys ever been to a waterfall? I think they're so beautiful. Water is a small pond in a large lake. Do you see his big boat pulling his little tiny boat? Whoa. fish. Isn't that cute? These pictures are so cool, huh? Water is what fish breathe. Look at all those fish. Did you know that? Did you know, like, so if you were under the water as a human, that wouldn't work very well because we breathe air. What fish breathe is oxygen inside the water. They have gills on the sides of their bodies, and what happens is the water goes through their gills and their body is able to take the oxygen that's inside of the water and use it to breathe, and then they just blow all the water out. So they take the water in to get oxygen, and then it comes back out through their gills. Pretty cool, huh? Do you know what I mean when I say gills? Fish have those gills on the sides. It almost looks like openings near their mouth. It's called gills. I need to find a picture of that. I don't know if I have any real pictures of fish in here anywhere. I probably don't. But you could look it up on a family member's phone, or if you have a computer, you can look up their gills. Usually we look things up when we read. I need to start having my iPad here so as we think of things, I can look things up for you. These pretty flowers. Remember, April showers bring May flowers, so hopefully we'll see more flowers since now we're in the month of May. Flowers drink up all the water, all the rain that falls from the sky. Water is a salty tear. When you cry, when tears come out of your eyes, that's water that's inside of your body coming out. Water is a flood. Have you guys ever seen a flood before? Flood is when it's sort of like a weather. It's an effect of really extreme weather, really crazy weather. If it's been raining for a really long time, or if there's a lot of rain, even if it's a short amount of time, it can cause flooding, which is when there's way too much water and the water gets higher and higher and it rises. And flooding can do a lot of damage. It can hurt people's houses and where they live, and they can be really dangerous because often what happens in floods is the water gets high, moves very quickly, and when the water moves very quickly, it can take things with it. If the water's strong enough, it can take things with it, like cars and things that are really heavy. So even people. So it's really important when there's flooding that you stay away from the water. It's really important. We don't have to really worry about flooding here. When Mrs. V lived in a different state in Arizona, we had a season called a monsoon season, and it looked a lot like this, where we didn't get a lot of rain for a really long time, and then we'd get a ton of rain all at once, and there was huge amounts of water. Where I lived, we had things behind our houses called washes, and what washes were for, where they were purposely dug little almost like ditches and things like that into the ground. We purposely made huge almost looks like tunnels, almost kind of like a tunnel in the ground, where it allows the water to whoosh through past our houses, so that it doesn't take our houses with that strong water, and instead it'll just go past our houses. We purposely made big ditches like that called washes behind our houses, so that the water has somewhere to go. If you want to look it up, if you have access to like a phone or something where you can Google monsoon flooding. It's actually pretty cool to see. I might have a video of when I lived there behind my house, because it happened all the time. It's pretty amazing how powerful water is. We don't really think about it until we see it. It's pretty crazy. That looks similar to like where we live. All the moo cows and lots of trees. Water is a long winding river. We have lots of rivers where we are. The Typhanoa is really close to where my house is. Oh, look at the little bird bath. That was going to be a project of mine this summer. I want to build a bird bath for my backyard. What do you think? You think the birdies will like it? Birdies like to splash around in water, get their wings wet. Oh, look at this pretty picture. Look at that. Can you see that? What kinds of ways do you see people using water in this picture? What kinds of different ways do we see people using water? We see a fireman putting out a fire with water. We see somebody washing his car with water. We see somebody water skiing at the beach, it looks like. We see maybe somebody's drinking water here. What on this side? What do we see here? How people use water. There's a bathtub. Somebody's taking a bath. There's people playing in the water outside. Do you guys ever play in the sprinkler or anything like that? I used to do that when I was little. I used to play with the hose. Probably wasted a lot of water. But sure is fun. There's a water fountain there. That's pretty. So many different ways we use water. And you know what? Almost all forms of rivers and things flow into the sea. So we have large ocean right here with a whale. Love whales. I hope that you like that book. I really thought the pictures were very pretty, so colorful. So I hope you like that book and learning a little bit about water and how important it is to our earth. Bye, guys.